my name is Cassie, and this is Havila Castor.
Welcome to this vlog, where I make a trip of a lifetime, seeing Norway's coast from Kirkenes to Bergen on this 6-day cruise. Our journey begins at home in Gothenburg, Sweden. The first mission is to get the pets to their pet sitter, which is on the way to Stockholm Arlanda Airport, where our flight is. Taking one dog and 2 cats on the train is not the easiest thing I've ever done, but it worked out a lot better than I expected. The train from Gothenburg to Stockholm takes around 3.5 to 4 hours normally. I get extremely restless, so it was a relief to finally be home at the pet sitters, where we also spent the night. Happy and the cats got the company of the most patient dog I have ever met, so I knew he was gonna be happy here while I was away. Rise and shine! It's 12:30 in the night. It's time to head to Arlanda in this crispy night. I had not slept enough before this, but I felt good and very excited about the trip. On this date, there weren't any direct flights to Kirkenes, where the boats depart from, so we had to land in Oslo first and then take another flight. It doesn't matter how many times I've been assured of how safe flying is. I still don't like it. But I'll admit, it is pretty cool. The single runway in Kirkenes was the shortest I've ever seen. The plane had to stop and go back after landing. I really felt far from home. Also, I didn't expect to fall in love at the airport, but here we are. This is quite a journey we're making, and I'm so excited by now. On the bus towards the hotel in Kirkenes, I was constantly looking out the window to see the beautiful mountains. This trip was made and recorded long before I knew I was gonna drive a truck in Norway. Who would have known? This is really cool because I actually recognize this road from the game Euro Truck Simulator. There is a version called Pro Mods where Kirkenes is available to drive in. It was chaos and so many trucks here, so I'm glad that's not the case in real life. A fun fact about me is that I am scared to sit on the passenger side in, well, any vehicles, especially during the winter time. And I had to remind myself that the bus drivers here are used to the roads and the weather. However, this wheel loader moment was a bit odd. The bus made a stop in the dock where our boat will depart tomorrow. Here we have a boat from Hurtigruten. They do the same kind of trip as we are about to do, but they have been around for longer than Havila has, the boat that we're gonna travel with. In our hotel lobby you could find all the Norway merch you need.
De här är nice. Norrskensren. Ja.
After the trip here we were quite exhausted and very happy that we had one night to spend here before we head on board the boat. We were super happy with the hotel stay, and we both agreed that the tap water here was the best one we've ever tasted. It was like drinking straight from a frosted glacier. Also, it felt so cool to see how people live here. Just look at this! We don't have this in Gothenburg. While my company took a little nap, I decided to explore the neighborhood a bit. It felt nostalgic to see this amount of snow again. Very cool.
Look at my hair. It's cold outside. Yeah. So this is Kirkenes centrum. This is the national animal of Kirkenes, I think. Can you film me with the national animal of Kirkenes? Thank you. Oh, it's a crab. We call them krabba.
And as the sun was setting, we were about to get a memory of a lifetime. The Northern Lights. Incredibly hard to capture on camera, but the more beautiful in real life. We just had to go outside again and find a better spot. When I went to bed this night, my cheeks were hurting, both from the cold, but mostly because I had been smiling so much. Witnessing such beauty in nature is an incredible feeling. The day is finally here. After a good night's sleep, we're gonna head to the dock and board the ship that is gonna be our home for the next 6 days. I am so excited.
My name is Cassie, and this is Havila Castor. So here behind me we have the boat that is going to take us on our 6-day adventure in the Norwegian fjords. This is not Hurtigruten, that is the more known cruise ship line. This is Havila Voyage, and the ship is called Havila Castor. I've seen it on pictures. I am so excited for this trip. I've been wanting to do this trip for such a long time. And finally, here we are. We're about to enter the boat and leave Kirkenes behind after one night at the hotel. Yeah, this is gonna be an adventure of a lifetime, and I can't wait to get it started. Oh, we're going up, up, up.
Wow.
Oi. There he is again, Mr. Crab. King Crab evening. We're going to deck 9. Promenade deck. Promenade?
Happy.
That is a holy word for my dog Happy. Promenade. Go for a walk. Go for a walk deck. Oh, don't slip. Don't slip, don't fall.
Oh, the ports.
The port. Let's do it again from the right side.
Yeah.
Hello, Norway. It's a good day for sailing, right? I am very excited for this. I'm gonna take so many selfies here. It's insane. This is where they steer the boat. I mean, not really steer, but you know, where the front is going. Where the front is going, we are going. So we're gonna enter that little towboat. I look forward to that. What's it?
This looks nice.
Yeah. We're gonna live here for 6 days. Jag tänkte inte på det. Åh jävlar! Oh. Suddenly I'm scared. And the ice is cracking when you walk here. Oh! No, I'm scared. I wasn't scared before. Oh my god, it's wobbling. It's wobbling a little bit. Good thing I'm not scared of anything in life. So our cabin is not finished until like 3 hours, I think. Look at those tanker truckers trucking some tanks. My general impression of the boat is it really feels new and it feels fresh. It's not... I love Silja Symphony, so no offense, but it is a bit worn down by now. A few years older. A few drunk people have happened there. This is a totally different vibe. I really like it. And it was time for our first lunch on board. Instead of getting a huge portion of food, you get multiple small ones. And if you're still hungry, you get to order more. But we never had an issue with that. Everything we ate was delicious, and the crew was so friendly and professional. I loved it. We had a small information meeting in English and German. We get to learn about Havila, the Norwegian coastline, and everything else involving this cruise. And then it was time to leave the port. Everyone was so excited.
We are now leaving Kirkenes. Bye. Thank you for the stay. Thank you for the crab art. And now it's finally time to check in on our cabin. You wanna blip the blip?
Yeah. Are you gonna do the honors?
Yes. Wow. Lampa. Oh, coffee kit. We looked at the cheapest cabin option first, but then we decided, heck it, while we're here we might as well get the sea view cabin. Wow. This will be fine, I think. Oh my gosh. How is the restroom? Getting the sea view cabin was really worth the extra money. I don't remember how much extra it was, but all the voyages and prices are listed on the Havila website. Yes?
Yes.
Because how many times in life are you gonna be able to enjoy views like this? Let's make the most of it. The cheapest cabin option gives you a bunk bed with no sea view, a TV, a couch and a normal bathroom. And of course there are some more expensive versions as well, like the panoramic mini suite or the lighthouse suite. I didn't even look at the price of these, but I imagine they must be pretty great to live in during a trip like this. The ship stops in multiple ports during the trip. Some are very quick and some are longer. It all depends. For example, crew switch, passengers leaving and entering, ship refueling and supply restock. Here we had just enough time to enter a local store and to stretch our legs a bit. We have just left the ship for the first time. We are in Vardø, which is the most eastern village of Norway, and it never goes warmer than 10 degrees. So they are used to snow here. We only have about 20 or like 10 minutes to spend. I went to the store and got some snacks. I wish we had a bit more time, but we kind of have to get back immediately to the ship. I don't want to be left behind in Norway. Also there's a truck here, so we took a detour to just say hello to the truck. Hello truck. Look at the art on the building. Nice. I really hope we can see whales someday. As in the animal, not the place. Unless I wouldn't mind. So this is the cargo entrance, where the car go. So funny, damn it. You do want to listen carefully to the info about how long the ship will be in port. Because if you get back to the ship too late, they will not wait for you. And you're gonna have to find a way to meet up with the ship in the next harbor. So always make sure you are back on time. We are currently on the not so sunny sundeck. This is so cool. They have a jacuzzi here. We're gonna try it out later. And also they have a bar. I hope it won't be crowded. And after a lovely dinner, we decided to check out the outdoor jacuzzi.
Yeah.
We actually never saw any other people here, but perhaps they didn't think to pack any swimsuits for a midwinter cruise in Norway. How strange.
We are gonna try out the jacuzzi. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. This is not as hot as I expected. What's this? Ingrid? Hello? Can you turn on bubbles?
Oh, det var kallt.
Det är kallt! I'm scared. I am cold. I thought it was gonna be hot. Hot in the pool. It's not even hot.
Åh jäklar.
Time to leave the jacuzzi. I'm not looking forward to this.
And straight into the warm shower. It's a shame the pool water was so cold, but it was still a lovely experience. And speaking of, we did get to see more of the northern lights from the ship. It was hard to capture it on camera though, so I'm glad I get to borrow this footage from the Havila website. The North Sea is known for being quite rough, with quick weather changes and big waves. And it's reasonable to wonder if you're gonna be seasick on a trip like this. The journey was smooth sailing most of the time, but there was one time where I got really seasick and I could barely get any food down. These ships have stabilizers to reduce the waves' effect, but you'll still feel the waves on a day like this. Being seasick is the worst. It's like you can never escape it on a boat. Some say it's just a mental state. Just don't think about it and you'll be fine. Just toughen up and you'll be fine. But in reality, it's all about a conflict in your brain. Your eyes see one thing and your senses of balance sees another thing. This inner conflict is causing nausea and dizziness and so on. You can get used to it if you spend a lot of time at sea, but those who say it's all about not being weak are just wrong. It's a bit rough sea we have this night. I am a bit scared. No wonder it's ooh. Jesus. I have met the captain, I trust him. Yes. So get out on deck, get some fresh air, drink some water, eat some salty crackers, look at the horizon and take a motion sickness pill if you have any. and hopefully it will get better soon.
Cold? Not for me. I'm Scandinavian. Wow. We're gonna go on land in Hammerfest today. We have about 1 hour, 40 minutes or something to explore that place. Wow, these waves. It's a little bit scary. But Castor is keeping us safe. And also there are northern lights. We saw some northern lights yesterday from the boat, and you can actually have it, you can choose the announcement. If you do this, press star and 10, then it shows up north light. That means they will announce on the phone, like ding, like that.
This is a message to everyone who are going on the horseback ride.
Also on the TV, it shows like activities, onboard and offboard. Meals, yeah, everything. Nice.
I think this is the most northern town of the planet. Yeah, we're gonna take a short walk. We have about 1 hour 40 minutes to spend here. Yay!
Now that was a nice little break. I love being able to see the villages and towns. In some ports you get to do a short walk around the town, but you can also buy additional expeditions. We did get 2 of those, but more on that later. We are back on the ship, and right now there is a food testing at the Sundeck bar. It was delicious. The food on this trip has all been so amazing, and that makes sense, since Havila considers the food experience a voyage on its own. And they are right. And even though it's amazing with all these new experiences, there is always room to relax. Either in your own cabin or in the ship's lounge area. As I mentioned earlier, I really enjoyed the luxurious feeling here. I think most people book a trip like this to relax, wind down and enjoy the scenery. And good food. And we were definitely one of the youngest passengers on board. I never really traveled much when I was growing up, so I suppose I'm compensating for that now. It's really just a coincidence that Norway has become the main place for me to visit. So here they have a shop. You can buy puzzles and books and stickers. It's really nice. You can buy all the Norway merch you want. Yeah, I couldn't resist. Oh, they have more lusekofta, 40% off. How is... let's go this way. Nice. Do You have instructions. Ooh. Yeah, this is gonna be easy. We have a few waves currently. I don't usually get seasick, but this trip is really testing me. This is gonna be easy. I like how they aren't marked. Okay, I'm starting to feel a bit seasick.
Yeah.
Oh. And 2, 3, 4, 5. I can tell this is not real Lego because a real Lego would never do this to me. You see here? Make the hull.
Yeah.
It doesn't stick together.
No.
And then the hull switches to light blue color.
Yeah.
While these are...
That's here are the new parts.
Yes. And it's not connected to what was in the bag.
Oh, no.
So we have to find these parts that could or could not be blue. I think this is the best method.
Well, to be continued. I had to cancel my shipbuilding because the waves got too rough for me. But now it's time to see Tromsø. This is Tromsø. It is past midnight and we have about 1 hour to spend here. We wanted to go to the lookout point and see everything from above, but we don't have time for that, and also it's dark and cloudy. Apparently there's northern lights right now, but we can't see them because of the clouds. That's a bit sad though. It seems to be a cozy town. It's the most civilization I have seen since we entered the boat. Ooh. Nice. Yeah. I like how concentrated the snow is to the roads, but some parts have like zero snow. I'm wondering if they have really aggressive salting going on, or if they just have heating in the ground. It must be heating, right? Someone enlighten me, please. I think this is the coolest library I have ever seen. Well done, Tromsø. We are on our way to another lookout point that is a bit closer. You can't see as much, but it's gonna be nice. Do you like my new Norway merch? Feeling so happy about it. I didn't bring a hat, so this is good enough heating for me. Did I mention I'm actually quite fit these days? Going up. I think it's hailing. Yeah. It's falling so fast. Not very nice. Midnight walk.
We're going up there. I think this is the way up there. Oh, it's actually solid. I think this is like a railing you're supposed to hold your hand on, but the snow is just too thick. Oh gosh. We made it. I have to start exercising. This is not reasonable. So I want you to imagine how cool this would be if the sky was clear and there were northern lights everywhere. So please do that for me. Thank you. Also there is the lookout point we wanted to go to, but it would have taken too much time to go over the bridge, and I think they have like elevators of some sort that takes you up there, but it would take too long. You can see the ship there. Nice. As the hail is increasing, you can see the mountain that you recently saw is just gone. The weather is changing so fast around here. 1 second you have clear skies and sunny, and then you have everything covered in mist and fog and snow and clouds. It's 3 degrees right now. Oh, I am really tired also. I want to go back to the cabin and just sleep now. Yeah, let's go back. Worth it though.
Yeah.
I just wish we could have seen the northern lights from here. That would have been so cool, but you can't have everything, right? I'm still happy. Thank you, Norway. Tromsø. For this lovely weather. Can we just ride a snowboard down instead? Or a pulka? Just sit down and let the gravity do the job. Woo! As they say, you always come down. One way or another. The important part is how you get down. Am I right, ladies? So we were up there by the cold lights. Well walked. Some houses are new and some are a bit older. Oh, there's also stairs.
Oh.
We could have taken those, but you're too cool for that, right? Can we take this way? It should work, right? I'm getting a Christmas feeling.
Yeah.
God jul. Wow, what is this on the house here? Chat, is this real? You have the ice taps, and also the sun and the moon. Nice. Is this the smallest bar I have ever seen? Yes, it is.
We are at least back in the harbor. There are boats here. That one looks cold. Also, you can hardly see the mountain here in the background. It's a shame, but I have seen lots of mountains. Yeah, I wanna get back to the boat and see my pillow. There's our boat. And here the trucks are sleeping. With a nice background. That truck looks so cold. We just get home from Tromsø. I'm gonna turn off the lights. Yeah, and you can see the view from the window. The glass is a bit salty, so it becomes a bit blurry when you look outside, but it's so nice to have a window. Now I'm going to bed. We are approaching Stokmarknes, a town with 3,500 residents. This place started out as a classical Norwegian fishing village. It has been an important place for trading and fishing due to its location on the map, even since the Vikings were sailing these seas. This town is the birthplace of Hurtigruten. Founded in 1893, it has been doing the same journey between Bergen and Kirkenes ever since then. The same journey we are doing right now with Havila. Just took a trip to the bridge to see the ship from afar. It's really nice here. Also very slippery. I'm almost falling all the time. For some reason we decided to not visit the Hurtigruten Museum. That would have been very cool though. It has a cool ship in a bottle style to it, with the first Hurtigruten ship inside the building. Looking back now, I regret not going into the museum. Oh well. So let's talk about these ships a bit. When I say I have been cruising the Norwegian coast, everyone I've talked to has been assuming we went with Hurtigruten. And that makes sense, since it is the older and more established company. Hurtigruten used to hold the monopoly on this route for many years, until the Norwegian government decided to open up for competition, to push for newer and more environmental friendly options. And that's when Havila Voyages came into the picture, in 2021. These voyages are also not really cruise ship cruises. Both companies have passengers like us, of course, but also goods, mail, and Norwegian residents. Use these ships to travel between the 34 ports. So what's the difference between Havila and Hurtigruten? I haven't traveled with Hurtigruten, so I can't give a personal experience on that point. But in general, Havila have brand new hybrid fuel ships, while Hurtigruten is modernizing the ships they have. So I think it's all a question about personal preference. If you're thinking about making a trip like this one, take a look on each of these companies' websites to get an opinion on what you would prefer, even though the ports and outside views are the same. Alright you guys, I have some really exciting news. I have been invited to the bridge to meet the captain, and I am so excited and nervous. I feel like I want to ask like cool questions, but I
I don't know how much time there will be, how many other people will be there. By the way, I asked, is there a possibility to see the bridge? And during dinner right now, they came up to us and said, hello, the captain has time for you in about an hour. And I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, I have so many questions I could ask him, but we'll just see what happens when we get there. I am so excited. Wow.
Very good.
So this is the bridge.
This is the bridge.
Wow.
Wheel house. No wheel. No wheel.
Wow. I couldn't believe I got to see the bridge. It felt like a true honor. Me and a few other happy nerds went up in a small group to see the captain. He told us lots of interesting facts and we got to ask questions. I was so happy. Until we got thrown out.
Yeah, welcome to the bridge. Thank you. The team this evening is me and Anna. She's the safety officer. I'm your captain. I hope you are prepared for the night. Are you? Try to be.
Sadly, my microphone didn't really pick up a lot here, but we got to learn so much about the ship. What it's like to steer the ship in stormy weather, about navigation, about the ballast water, and how the ship's stabilizers are used.
It's like an airplane wing.
Yeah.
In the middle of the hull, on the side. It's falling out and moving like this. And we need speed through the water to have it rush.
And then it was time for my questions. How long have you been a captain?
First time in 2006.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
Dinosaur.
Yeah. Asking the real questions.
Follow her out, please.
We are currently in Rørvik, I think. And we were just up there on the bridge. We met the captain. He threw me out. I haven't been happier, I think. It is so amazing. I was up there. I'm not sure what kind of ship this is, but it looks pretty complicated. They also have a bridge? No way. The land gong is down. We can just go enter, I think. Yeah. See where they're going.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier that we went on 2 excursions during this trip, but I decided to make that a standalone video. We went to see the Atlantic Road, a marble mine, and I got to meet Icelandic horses in Lofoten. So check out that video if you're interested in seeing that, because it was truly an adventure on its own. And on the rest of the voyage, we went to the gym, played a puzzle, saw a rainy Trondheim, went to a music quiz, ate more amazing food, and the coolest part, when we crossed the Arctic Circle. It was like an actual border in the landscape. The snow disappeared really fast and the temperature went up a few degrees. Pretty cool. And of course, I had to take a few laps in the bubble pool again. I think 6 nights on board was perfect. We both felt very satisfied with this trip, especially since we didn't do a lot of research before booking. I felt like everything had been beyond my expectations, and I truly recommend doing this to anyone that wants to see Norway in a really comfortable way. But we were very ready to go home as the ship entered the port in Bergen, where the bus would pick us up to the airport. And just like that, the adventure was over. Almost. First we had to get to the airport, fly to Oslo, fly to Landvetter, and then home to Gothenburg. Get some sleep, and then go back and pick up the animals. I have missed them so much though.
Alright, that's actually funny. You should have gone to Specsavers to check his eyes. That's not the airplane, sir. Oh, train directly to everything. Yeah. One and a half week later, we are back at the long-term parking lot. Gonna pick up the car, gonna pick up Happy. Wow. Hello, car. It feels like ages ago since we were here. It was basically winter, now it's basically spring. Yes. I cannot wait to get home now. Oh, car. Okay. Thanks, car. Wow. Air flight. Plane boy. Flyget. Don't hit the cloud. Thank you. Oh, it's turning. Let's go. It feels good to be home in Sweden.
On this beautiful spring day, yeah.
Yes, the beautiful spring day. Traktor, det är en traktor, hallå? Nej, vad ska han ploga? Yes! Was that a girl driver?
Snowflakes dancing in the high beam glow. Happy's in the seat, nose pressed to the window. Little tail thumb, little soft low growl as the road sings out in a long low vowel. We're happy in the headlights, rolling up the line north through Sweden, chasing that pale sky. Every mile a story, every sign a song from dawn to the dusk. We just roll along. Happy in the headlights, wheels hum all the way to Tromsø.
I skinnsoffa där uppe. I timtal.
Pine trees bow with a sugar white crown. Radio laughing in a language she half knows now. The nose clicks open at a roadside stop. Happy jumps out, leaves tiny prints in the frost. Cassie leans back, breath making little clouds. Says we're nearly there, buddy, we'll make mama proud. We're happy in the headlights, rolling up the line north through Sweden, chasing that pale sky. Every mile story, every sign a song from dawn to the dusk. We just roll along, happy in the headlights. Wheels hum all the way to Tromsø.
So that's it. An almost 1 hour long vlog. And I really hope you have enjoyed it.
Bitan i ögat.
Sorry it took me so long to finish it. But on the other hand, it has been fun to re-experience all these memories once again while editing the footage. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and please let me know what your favorite part was in this video. For me, the visit in Tromsø felt extra special. But of course, the whole trip has been an adventure of a lifetime.
Det här blir kallt. I'm sorry. Så